Major.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Oh,
start.
my name is Matthew.
You trained well.
My name is Matthew Griese. I'm a RTVF major, mostly radio. So this is kind of new for me pitching. But my idea was, if I wanted to be viral, my idea was to start out kind of slow. You show a family on vacation. It could either be at like a beach or we could even film it around campus, just somewhere like a family would go. And they're taking pictures, having fun, and then they get home, and the kids are all excited, like, oh, Dad, upload the pictures, I want to see the pictures. So he's like, okay, calm down, relax. So they go to the office, and they're like, okay, but we have to wait to plug it in, and we have to wait for them to upload. He's like, well, not really, because with our wireless internet, we got Wi-Fi, and they're already on there. And he reaches for what looks like to be the USB cables, hits the on button on the computer, boom, the pictures are already up. And you're like, oh, great. And then the twist, if you want it to be viral, the USB cables look at each other. And they're like, how the fuck did they get on there? And like you can bleep it or whatever because, And then you can have like this ongoing story with the USB cables, like, we'll work for pictures or whatnot, they're on the unemployment line or, so that was pretty much.
We'll work for pictures, right?
Yeah. And tagline, take the middleman out because you don't need cables anymore. But I know that's not the main focus, but the fact that, he showed that, it's Wi-Fi, we have wireless internet and they're already on the computer, so that's like less hassle and
so. Okay.
Budget, pretty cheap. I'm thinking $1,500. Location, you could just film it at someone's house. We have talent here. Just most of the money would be towards equipment. If you wanted to be really high tech about it and have the USB cables be digitally made, then you're looking at like maybe $5,000 for to hire somebody to make it look legit. You know what I mean? But I can just do the stringy things and make it look kind of cheesy and viral. And how the fuck did they do that? It's just that's just how I imagined it.
Cool. So simple cheesy or simple cheesy cheap or
exactly.
Animated.
Got options.
Animated expensive. Animated expensive.
For sure. Pixar, $1 million.
Yeah, exactly.
We can do it. We can throw it. We can throw it down. But yeah, you guys have any like suggestions or like comments? The idea?
Well, I will say that we have just recently done some research with users, and the users care about getting rid of cables and doing the whole cableless thing. They don't like the cradles and the wires even more than we thought they didn't like them before. So you're right, it's not our key message, but it's still pretty relevant to people. People care about that.
I think the storyline is not the strongest at this point in time. So because as you said, it starts off pretty slow, people
Right.
coming back from vacation, and just like it needs something
Snappiness, right.
something snappy that wants to keep me in front of that screen watching that video, because it's like, okay, they're going into the office with
It's almost like two different like ideas. Like there's this whole business of the USB cables being out of work, being pissed off, wanting to, getting angry at other peripherals, getting angry at each other, fighting amongst themselves, showing off it's that whole what Serta did with mattresses, right?
Yeah.
The sheet
Yeah, with the
getting all
sheet,
bent,
yeah.
right? And they're getting pissed off, and USB cables, you get the mafia, the whatever, they're gonna rub them out, they're looking at there's that whole
Thing you can go.
world that you go down to, like that like Jeff mentioned. It's not the aspirational, thing that's the highest thing they want to get to, but it is really funny, it is really viral. And then I think there's the other thing that is to the point on message, but is not funny. So I'm trying to figure out how to the family thing is kind of
that needs to be.
It says what it is. It's like a
just
great
the
commercial,
intro.
but I think it's the strength of this idea totally is this idea of the personification of the USB cables, and I think it's just a question of is that in terms of the kind of the hierarchy, is that too low a common denominator? But it would be damn funny. It would be really funny. So.
I just let me do this. Why don't you go ahead and stop the camera, and I'm going to play Matt's pitch